Hey, hello, and welcome to the flagship segment of this new channel. It's called Rooski's Garage. My name is Shaw, and I've been waiting for the rain to let up. Man, we've been getting hammered. I live here in northeastern Oklahoma, and I have a little hobby farm here. And this is actually a second channel that I started because my other channel has nothing to do with mechanicking, turning wrenches, working on tractors and trucks and cars and stuff. And I tried a few videos on that and they just didn't do well because that's not what people are coming to that channel to look at. But it's a cool channel if you're interested in learning how to make vintage looking signs on the cheap, or any type of art project. Hidden whiskey flask that looks like a book. There's all kinds of stuff on that channel. I encourage you to go check it out. It's called Oklahoma. But I come to you today because I just rolled in yesterday evening with that. I've been wanting a square body Chevy longer than I can remember. When I was a kid, I was too poor to have one, and now that I'm an old man, I want to get one. I'm running out of time, guys. I mean, I ain't getting any younger. This is an 82 GMC C10, but it's got a 6.2 diesel in it, and I didn't buy it because of that. I'm not overly thrilled, but I'm actually not super disappointed in that either. I'm going to try to get it running. When this was parked, I was told the engine was running fine, but the transmission went out. And oddly enough, in the back of the truck, I'll show you in a minute, there's a transmission back there, but there's also a transmission that's still hooked up to the truck. So I got a free transmission out of it. But anyway, it's going to be a time-consuming process because it needs a lot of work. But I looked around for months just trying to find one that had a good body on it. They're getting outrageous prices for these days. So let me flip the camera around and quit yakking, and we'll go through a quick walkthrough of this. Then I'm going to get busy trying to clean the engine off. Wait till you see that. It's going to be a tough deal. All right, to start off with, the paint is still remarkably good on this truck, but now there is some fade points like this right here. It must have got maybe scratched a little bit at one time. Got a little bit of surface rust that I'm hoping will come out. But the patina on it, I actually like. I'm planning on getting this thing running or doing an LS swap, and I'm just going to drive it. Very, very few dents. The hood, now that since you can see it because of all the rain, it's got just a couple places where it looks like it's got some actual hail damage. And then as you make your way around the truck, there's a little rust there. Normal spot. Everything else, that right there is just moss. Make your way to the back, there's a little bit of rust there. Another typical spot for these trucks. And this, I wish I knew. I'm going to have to try to look it up and see how to get this trim piece off this tailgate, because it's got a whiskey dent on it right there that I would like to try to get out of that, unless I can buy an aftermarket one. And then if you look in the bed, other than being full of crap, that bed is pristine. It's not beat up at all. One little dent there, big deal. But it's not. It doesn't look like it was a farm truck. The guy I purchased this from bought this from the original owner that bought it new in Chandler, Oklahoma. And when the transmission went out, they just parked it. And if the odometer is right, this thing only has, I think it's 102,000 on it. We'll look again here in just a minute. Got a little bit of rust there. And then it's got a little bit of a boo-boo there that I'm going to try to get out of it. It's not a big dent, but pissing me off. Other than that, this truck is just very, very straight. The doors actually open and shut good without any problems, which is amazing. But here is where my heartache starts. That thing is absolutely loaded. It's probably mice, but it looks like a cotton picking eagle nest. It's so big. So I'm going to have to get busy on this. This is going to be several days of just cleanup just to see what I've actually got. I've got a set of really, really nice rally wheels with the beauty rims and the original GMC center caps. Not the kind that's just got a sticker. Well, here, let me just show you real quick because I was pretty proud of these and I got them fairly cheap. These are the wheels I'm going to put on it. I've just simply got to put new rubber on them first because only one of them will hold air. Anyway, enough talking. I'm an old man, so I'll talk your ear off. I'm going to get after it. All right. I think that until I get some of this crap from each side of the engine cleaned up, that I'm not going to remove that breather so I don't mess around and get more crap inside the engine. This is so gross. Alright, at least I got the where I can get to the wing nuts here in a little bit. Good God. This has got to be a raccoon or a possum or something. Possibly if I can get the biggest portion of this stuff up there, I can maybe take my air hose and blow some of it away, or the pressure washer. This is absolutely gross. God bless, this looks like a log jam in here. I don't know what that is. I'll save it. All right, I'm going to have to hit this with air, and then I'm going to have to break out the pressure washer. Some of that stuff I can't even get my fingers into where it's at. Hey, how come y'all didn't holler at me and tell me to take off my OU hat? That's a desecratory thing to do. The OU hat is to be worn only for special events. This was work. I ain't supposed to sweat in that. And Mama just washed it for me. They're going to get me in big trouble if you don't start hollering at the screen and remind me stuff. The sun's out, and now it's starting to sprinkle again. That means the devil's beating his wife. If you're from the South or the Midwest, you know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to have to now rig up my pressure washer, I guess, and try to blast that stuff out there. It's stuck in there like freaking glue. You ever just want to strangle a raccoon or a possum? The dragon's lair or eagle's nest or whatever was living here, I've got the majority of that gone, and I had no idea that the valve covers are red. I'm just going to stop right there. There's too much of a chance it's going to start raining again, I'm gonna have to pull the breather off, and maybe, I hope I don't have to pull the intake, but I've got to get underneath there and do more cleaning and start sorting through. You'll notice right here on that blower motor, that bottom wire's been chewed on. I see several wires, and that's to be expected. And I'll work on that on a prettier day. So is it bad? Yeah. But I still have hopes. I hope this, I haven't even tried to see if this motor will turn over or anything. I'll deal with that when the time comes. It's not the end of the world. I kind of want to do an LS swap eventually anyway. But for the time being, I'm going to close the hood and we're going to give this thing a good bath. And I'll show you one more view of it once it's cleaned up a little bit, and we'll see what we got to work with. I think this truck's got good bones. And then on an upcoming video, I'll attack the interior and see what's going on in there. But I'm going to take this slow, guys. I bought this as a project, and it gives me something to tinker with every day when I get home. I may just lay across this and hug it occasionally and say, C10, I love you, because I dig square bodies. But one thing that I noticed that's cool, it's not cool, I'm just kidding. I can't believe there's still washer wiper fluid in there. And they swapped over to those new style of windshield wipers that's made out of a garden hose. Isn't that badass? That's about as hillbilly as it gets. I'm sure that was just to keep from scratching the glass if the wipers came on, which I do appreciate. Anyway, let me clean my mess up a little bit and set the camera up, and I'm going to give this thing a bath, and then we'll assess the situation at the very tail end of all this. Oh, I'm too old for this. To recap, I drug this truck home yesterday in a rainstorm, loaded it in a rainstorm. I didn't do much with it because of that. It was just raining. And today, the rain finally let up about noon, and you got to watch me try to clean the eagle's nest out from underneath the hood. Once I got that, kind of cleaned out, I decided to switch gears and go ahead and try to clean the body up, just so I could get a look at and assess the things on the truck that it may need, and to get a better look at it, to see if the paint was really as good as I'd hoped. And it is. It's fantastic. I couldn't be happier. I'm going to flip the camera around and show you the finished product. I think you're going to be pleased. And then we'll have an outro and call it a day for the flagship video for Ruski's Garage. I'll see you in just a minute. Well, that's going to do it for this first video on Rooski's Garage. As usual, like anybody else, I hope you'll show me some love and like and subscribe. I really appreciate your comments. I read each one, I answer back to everybody. And don't forget, if you want to learn how to make vintage looking signs, if you want to, there's 100 different things you can look at. A lot of it's guy related. Tune into my main channel, Oklahoma. Until I see you again, this is Shaw. I'm signing off.